on the side, and I should almost be able to lift you up by your shoulder blades, because if I put you in a pool and I say I want you to swim to the ceiling, that's where the air is, there's no way you would be like shoulders down, right? This is also a question when people slide into powerlifting world. They kind of have priorities of like Olympic lifting will do this, powerlifting will do this, where they have their skill exercise that is their competition exercise as the primary, and then everything else becomes assisting, right? Now the problem is sometimes that rotating the tires turns into, oh, I always have the same energy system, I maybe have the same sort of practice load thing, and so every once in a while, if the load's going to come down, and we're not necessarily in competition cycle, it's okay to play with other exercises, accessories first, and then funders, like I got great mobility by the time I got to my, right, does that make sense? Okay, all right, so let's say we're starting in around the 50 range. Is that okay just to work with some mechanics? Valuable somewhere else. All right, let's see what you got.
See, I don't feel that pinching.
That's great. Good start. Good, perfect. Okay, so you did a great. Just drop them there. That's fine. We'll do a set. So you did a great version of moving the dumbbells. Okay, so I know it was relatively light for you, but you decided to just basically be a bar press. Okay, so you didn't take advantage of having dumbbells in your hand at all. So you went, right? It was literally watching you measure where does the dumbbell fall versus what's actually moving. Right. So the dumbbell is a passenger, right? The vehicle is this stuff. And so you decided to make this right? That looked like, oh, I just want to press this out. And again, that width position is fine. I had a bar in my hand, but you had dumbbells and you decided to not horizontally adduct. So Tommy says, okay, let's see, because we get a lot more out of this. It's not a competition exercise, right? To say, all right, we're going to try and move them together. And let's say we do this together. You'll pick this weight. And so from here, if I'm in this position, and this is where you stopped, right? You decided to go, right? And I say, wait a minute, what if this is your movement, right? Because we did all that horizontal adduction, yes? So from here, I'm more worried about where my upper arms are going, right? I'm stopping, starting, squeezing in. So it's not by dumbbells. I don't really care about the dumbbells. It's more by elbows squeezing in. Does that make sense to you? Right? So the dumbbells are passenger. Otherwise, this is down, up, down, up, down, up, which is I want to squeeze in.
This is more bodybuilding.
Yeah, we're gonna stay just for this part in the bodybuilding world, because the powerlifting world is a sport and has a kind of conditioned thing. And if we wanted to do bench press with a bar, part of me says, okay, well now we are in the sport. We're practicing that. Does that make sense, right? So you can definitely see where people kind of slide, and anything to do with the chest, people go bench presses, and as soon as those shoulder blades stick back there is no, I can't get across. So that's really where that was that choice of like, oh, I'm gonna pin that, and now I'm left with just, that's the only movement I have, right? Versus I can actually squeeze. So the shoulder blades will move a little bit. Make sense, right? Try one of those. These, imagine there's still room in here. There, so it's not even that, it's not even up, it keeps coming this way. There you go. By the time it comes around the corner, it's coming in. There's no up anymore. The only place it looks like up is back here, and then it comes across. There you go. Think across to here. There. There we go. In, there. Okay, because you love that bottom part. You just hang out at the top. Okay, so you're just hanging out at the top for that, right? So that again becomes, this is a different exercise. And again, I don't mind either one. Just pick which one you want to go. And if that whole shoulder health is about having sometimes that you do this, as opposed to this is just come at me.
No, it makes sense. That way you don't lose that adduction, right?
Yeah, and so again, you can pick your battles, and you can pick a bar, and a bar you can't do any of that stuff with, and you can pick sports and go, well, that's my exercise. And then you say, wait, we talk about shoulder health. You see, I never rotate through and do horizontal adduction. So then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Now there's either machines or that exercise. You have dumbbells to take advantage.
Would you recommend this for powerlifters as well?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't, because ultimately, depending where they are in the competition cycle, but so many people are not doing powerlifting competitions, but somehow predicate that shoulder health is about tucking this back all the time. And I'm like, well, no, it's not.
Well,
you're seeing shoulder injuries that are saying that's not the truth.
Where's the new He's a 6'10" bencher.
Yeah, the 600.
I injected his shoulder a few days ago.
Right, and so there's some big guys that can move a lot of weight, but are starting to wear out some shoulder stuff, right?
Exactly, and he's young.
So lots of the
orthopods, longevity.
Yeah, lots of the orthopods are like, well, you did this to yourself, you bench press. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's not bench pressing. It's the technical stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
how much has that orthopod bench in his life? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing. Don't listen.
They play golf. There you
exactly.
go.
Don't listen to doctors who don't lift heavy. When it comes to exercise,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like I hate when pain doctors tell my patients to not squat or like not to deadlift.
Squats are bad for you.
They're like, oh, you shouldn't squat because you have back pain. I'm like,
what
are you talking about?
For sure.
Ask them how much they've squatted in their life.
Getting strong body is a better defense against destruction.
Exactly.
So, pec minor, right, runs from the acromion down into the ribs, right? So, we're gonna feel like we're hooded over. Here's another thing where most people are what? Everything is shoulder blades back and pinned, and now pec minor can't be involved at all, right? Or at the very least. So almost everybody's gonna do a dip where it's all about pushing these. In this case though, they gave us handles out here, okay? Now if my handle comes out here, look where my elbow has to go. Now my shoulder has to stay on top or over this, so we're gonna feel hooded over top. So from here, I'm over top of this, because if I move up and in, I would let it go, my collarbone is tipped up and narrow, let's say, but to get out of this position, I would have to actually push them wide. So we're dealing with downward rotation from an upwardly rotated position. Does that make sense, right? So everybody that wants to do it with their wrists and elbows, I don't really care about that. This angle's already pushed me forward, but my shoulders are in front of me, okay? Because I'm actually interested in this type of motion, so there is no real down here. I'm actually taking my shoulders up and in and pushing them as wide as I can go. Make sense, right? There's kind of a funny squeezy feeling way down under here that most people aren't used to finding at all. Because most people are what? Pinning their shoulders back all the time. Okay, give that a shot.
There's cameramen everywhere. It's paparazzi.
Cameras everywhere.
I'll say this gym's the best.
Exactly.
It's like it's great if you're trying to build a business because you just get exposure.
No, just cross
just being in here. Okay, so now
we're gonna keep this down.
Yeah.
So now our arms are gonna kind of be in sleeves, and that idea that see that's where you like to go.
Oh.
So we're bringing our shoulders around. So if that handle's that way, the elbow's gonna be facing in and out. Yes.
This way?
No. Yeah, where that handle goes, your elbow better be pointing that direction. Yes.
Okay.
Now hold on now. Straight elbows, because we're not ever bending this.
Okay.
Okay. We're doing this and doing this. There you go. Okay. So these stay straight. If you let those elbows bend, you're gonna take the whole thing. There you go.
Oh, I see.
There we go. Because this muscle runs here down into here. There you go. Got it? It's got this really deep under your pec feeling. Okay, they stay out in front of you. Here's where he's not used to doing that. There you go. And those elbows, turn. There you go. Go. There. So you can see his collarbone goes up and in. He wants to do it with his elbows. So bring the collarbone up and in. There. You can go. Let it go. There. Now that would be wide. Narrow, up and in, wide. There you go. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very different feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, now when pec minor starts working, serratus starts working, all of a sudden all these big things that we want to use for those other exercises start fitting in.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make some sense now?
Yeah.
So the collarbone, if I let it go, because I have a ligament here anyway, it's going to just do this. Right? So that how would I get out of this position? Wouldn't be down. It would have to be out. Right? I can't go down from here. I'd have to. But this is like, oh, pay attention to me. It was like, no, it's narrow to wide. Okay. And once you start understanding, it's like, oh, that's when you see the guys doing most muscular, big pec flare. That's all that stuff underneath. Okay. Now that's super. Nobody pays attention to stuff under your pec, but obviously it's really helpful for shoulder stability and a bunch of that stuff. Good. Now, what's really moving, the handles or the biceps? Damn it. It's in the middle of like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Crap, the handles are moving. Okay, all right.
I always try to, like, I know sometimes I overuse my biceps. So is there a good cue for that?
No, so one, because you're so fascinated with being so wide,
Yeah.
it's a big deal there. At the end of the day, I don't really care. Hop up for a second, I'll show you. So if I was here, get into this idea that I have to be out this wide. I don't, but when my elbows stop moving, I'm done. Not when the handles fit. Because what if I said to you, okay, well now I want you to do this one. Oh my God, now the handle has to go past 0. What am I gonna do now, right? Like, I could go past 0, but if I do two together, well, the handles can only ever get that close. But we practiced, right, saying, oh, I could go across, middle, right, couldn't I? So if I said to you, we're gonna try just one, and I want you to show me, and you can have a little smaller bend, that's fine, but I want you to let your shoulder blade go, and think about what has to happen here. The shoulder blade has to go versus my shoulder blade is going to stay back all the time. Okay, because the path we have here, your shoulder blade can't stay tucked back there and never get there. So I know you, to get your hands together, you had to let it go. The question is, you're letting it go to catch, and it's like, oh, my bicep. So bicep and pec are right beside each other, so it's going to be involved. Horizontal adduction is going to be there. If you say, wow, I really feel this a lot, and I don't here, it's like, I'm going to bend your elbows and kind of say, wow, and just try them one at a time. Let's see.
So it's about shoulder, well, not, it's about really moving in that scapula.
Yeah, I need the shoulder blade. Yeah, I need that integrated. Okay?
To do one at a time?
Yeah. So our bicep better be pointed forward, yes? Right? Otherwise what happens is, look, the hand can stay here. Drop this. Oh, I could be doing this now.
Yeah.
Not same, yes, right? So I don't care if it's there. Okay? Try that now. There you go. Now again, slowing down, parking my car over here. Not your Tesla. We're parking your Tesla. Bang! There you go. Now you have to stabilize, right? Because we've got a single arm doing this. There you go. And just slow down by the time you get there. Now, see how long we got. So what if I bent this a little bit? Bend, no, bend. There. Now come around. Now remember, this stays the same. This invisible lever here, right?
Yeah.
So this stays the same. By the time I get across here, there, you feel the difference, right? So I want to keep that little bend that stays with you. Go. There you go. You just slow it down. Is it heavy for you? See, it's heavy for you.
A little bit, yeah.
There, elbow. Remember, that bicep's got to be leading. Biceps leading. There you go. Good. Bicep leading. Good. Bicep leading. Good. Better. Last one. Bicep leading. And relax. Much better. I actually do like this as a single. We got all these really cool things here. So now look how far I can go across. So now I'm kind of in that big squeeze across. What I want you to do though, is I want you to try lightly on this model, because you can't do it on a cable, so this is different, to try and lift up on this machine. Okay, so I can create intention to create kind of some pec shoulder dominance here, right? Where I can now go well behind. I don't need to be way out here, right? Long arms, I can be here. But now you understand this bicep facing, and I'm gonna try and just slide my hands up on this, okay? So enough intention to get all this upper pec kind of doing some crazy stuff, okay? Try that.
So is the same, am I keeping my elbows up? Or?
Yeah, same rule. So we even see this will come with you a couple different places now. There's our coming across. Good. Now we're going to think, again, where that elbow versus the handle, but I'm going to add this whole arm and try to pull up on this. Alright, now as you get over there, I'm going to keep this tight.
Do I want a bent elbow?
Yeah, bent elbow. So it's going to come, and then from there, remember, that's still sliding up into all these guys. Sliding up through the handle. There you go. And again, cross, up through. There you go. Good. We still need to make these consistent. That's better. See now what happened to the shoulder blade? Shoulder blade had to come with you. Yes, it did. There you go. Shoulder blade had to come around. Yes. Much better. So that's going that way. Shoulder blade has to come towards me. Good. Secret to pec training. That shoulder blade had to move. Oh, yes. Okay, is that different?
Yeah, I would have never used this machine.
well, most people aren't going to say, I have one of these at the
Yeah,
gym.
exactly. I don't even know what to do with this one.
So we get kind of, either get intimidated or we just go,
just like, I just ignore it.
run away.
Like, I don't know how this one works, so.
Yeah. So now this is still a fly, right? We're kind of doing this down, but we're adding this incline kind of edge here. And again, the shoulder blade, follow your bicep. There, because remember, this is moving, not this, right? This is moving here.
Right.
There we go. It's gonna get to you. And that shoulder blade's coming around. There you go. And then just live for the feeling in here across, like it's squeeze up under there. There you go. And again, don't be fooled by the end. Squeeze across. There you go. It's this coming into here. There's our pec minor jumping in there. Oh no, look at that. Shoulder blade was moving. We already did pec minor. Damn it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll feel like, wow, I'm not used to my pecs. Yeah, like he's got a bookshelf for pecs now.
I feel like this will translate well, but when I go back to this pound, it's like,
Yeah.
because there's all those small stabilizers that you never get when you're just kind of doing this, you know?
But look how much your pecs are popped off your shirt.
Bulging out.
Yeah, so all of a sudden we get this big shell.
You make this a thumbnail.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's
Ass chest.
I'm just gonna put like a book right here and hang it out. You know?
It's the ultimate pump.
Can you stack a book on your upper pec? That's the question mark. How's that feel now?
Great, yeah. That pec minor, I've never felt it like this.
Well, that is a precursor to all that. Turns into like, oh, I can now engage that for everything.
Yeah, that's probably why you see so many pec tears. I'm guessing because they don't have the pec minor to stabilize.
Yeah,
and
you
like
have,
obviously the shoulders.
and you have some like going below parallel and shoulder shearing and stuff, right? Okay, where are we going now?
That's it for me.
You're done.
Yeah.
Attaboy. That was great.
No, thank you. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. So many good tips.